Former Hawaii diplomat and state legislator is getting a front row seat to a unique time of transition. Patrick Branco is part of a special program that will allow him to see the inner workings of Washington, D.C. up close. Billy V has his story.
The White House Fellowship Program was created in 1964, giving those gifted and highly motivated first-hand experience in the process of governing the nation and to have a sense of personal involvement in the leadership of society. The latest White House Fellow from Hawaii is Patrick Pihana Branco, and he says being from Hawaii sometimes brings interesting perspective.
I remember one story. I was sitting next to an ambassador. It was the Colombian ambassador to Kenya, and she leaned over and she goes, "Hey, are you from Hawaii?" I said, "Yes." And she goes, "Do you know anything about Ho'oponopono?"
Branco is following in the footsteps of another White House fellow, former Mayor Mufi Hanneman.
So that's the first time that I went to Israel, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and Jordan. And so it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. We're so fortunate to have Patrick Branco be the third native-born person in the state of Hawaii to be a White House Fellow.
Patrick Branco served for 8 years as a U.S. diplomat, serving abroad in Colombia, Pakistan, Venezuela, sometimes with countries that were good friends of the U.S., and other times countries that were not so much so. But for Branco, being from Hawaii had its moments.
And just imagining and knowing that our culture in Hawaii is able to spread around the world and build those connections and help us build those common ties. So that was really helpful for me when I was abroad to kind of have that Hawaiian culture wherever I was.
Branco is also interested in seeing this transition between Democratic and Republican administrations and how that plays out for us back here at home, being able to learn and see firsthand that perspective.
Besides being the first native Hawaiian to ever be selected as a White House Fellow, he's also the first Pacific Century Fellow. That's a program that I started here, patterned after the White House Fellow. Our alumni have included Senator Schatz, Governor Ige, the late Congressman Mark Takai. And so Patrick now is in a good situation where he'll pick up all this Washington, D.C. experience.
One of the reasons why I applied was I really felt that the Hawaiian perspective, or the perspective from Hawaii, such as Malama, Aloha, Kuleana, to be at the table, especially when those are making the decisions for our future. So that was really important to me.
You can find out more information on how to apply to become a Pacific Century or White House Fellow. Go to pacificcenturyfellows.com/apply. Meanwhile, Patrick Branco continues to learn and grow for the benefit of all of us here at home. Billy V, Hawaii News Now.